San Francisco's luxury shopping district was alive with activity on a crisp autumn afternoon. The golden light of the setting sun reflected off sleek glass buildings, while well-dressed shoppers bustled between high-end boutiques. Among the crowd was Marcus Taylor, a tech entrepreneur renowned for building a billion-dollar startup. Despite his fame and wealth, Marcus preferred to remain low-key, often dressing casually in jeans, sneakers, and a simple hoodie. To the outside world, he appeared as an ordinary man, blending seamlessly into the vibrant cityscape. Today, Marcus had a specific purpose for visiting one of his company's flagship stores. As the owner of a luxury brand known for its elegant products and customer first philosophy, he had heard troubling rumors about a particular franchise in the area. Reports of poor customer service and an unwelcoming atmosphere had reached his desk, and Marcus decided it was time to investigate personally. Unlike traditional inspections, this visit would be unannounced, with Marcus posing as an everyday customer. Walking through the district, Marcus approached the store in question, its elegant facade gleaming with polished brass accents and large display windows showcasing finely crafted leather goods and jewelry. The brand's signature logo was prominently displayed above the entrance, a reminder of the standards Marcus had built his empire on. Taking a deep breath, he pushed open the door, determined to experience the store's service without the influence of his title or wealth. Inside, the ambience was luxurious. Plush carpets, soft lighting, and the faint scent of high-end cologne. Marcus blended in seamlessly, his casual attire a stark contrast to the store's upscale clientele. Yet, this disguise was key to uncovering the truth about how his customers were treated, regardless of their appearance. Stepping into the luxurious ambience of the store, Marcus Taylor was immediately struck by its opulence. The polished marble floors gleamed under the soft glow of strategically placed lights. Rows of designer products were meticulously displayed, and the faint sound of classical music played in the background, creating an atmosphere of sophistication. However, Marcus's goal wasn't to admire the store's aesthetics. He had come to observe the human element, the quality of service provided to customers. He approached a display of leather briefcases, running his fingers over the smooth craftsmanship of a piece that had been a highlight of the brand's newest collection. As he examined a sleek black briefcase, Marcus noticed a man observing him from a distance. The man, later introduced as Ethan Grant, was the store's franchise owner. Ethan was a tall, middle-aged individual with neatly combed silver hair and a suit that seemed almost too tailored. His sharp eyes scanned Marcus from head to toe, lingering on the casual hoodie and sneakers Marcus wore. From his vantage point, Marcus could sense the judgment in Ethan's demeanor. Moments later, Ethan approached. His initial greeting was curt, his tone polite but devoid of genuine warmth. "Good afternoon. May I help you with something?" he asked, his gaze briefly flickering to the briefcase in Marcus's hands. "Yes," Marcus responded with a calm smile. "I was admiring this piece. Could you tell me more about it?" Ethan hesitated, as if calculating his response. "That's one of our premium items," he said. His voice carried an air of condescension. "Italian leather, handcrafted, part of our exclusive collection," he paused before adding. "It's priced at $2,500. Marcus nodded appreciatively. "It's a beautiful piece," he replied, ignoring the implied skepticism in Ethan's tone. "What sets it apart from others?" Ethan's expression tightened slightly, and his response was clipped. "This briefcase is designed for our high-end clientele, those who appreciate exclusivity and quality." His eyes shifted briefly, scanning Marcus's attire again before continuing. "We don't often see this kind of item handled by just anyone." The comment hung in the air, heavy with insinuation. Marcus remained composed but felt the sting of Ethan's words. It was clear that the franchise owner was making assumptions about him based on his casual appearance. "I see," Marcus said calmly. It's a significant investment, but I believe quality is worth the price. How would you recommend pairing it with a professional wardrobe? Ethan's patience seemed to wear thin. Perhaps, he said dismissively. You'd be more interested in some of our other options. They're more affordable and may suit your budget better. The blatant dismissal struck a nerve, but Marcus maintained his composure. Thank you, he said, setting the briefcase back down gently. I'll think about it. As Marcus turned to browse another section of the store, he overheard Ethan speaking in hushed tones to a younger sales associate nearby. Keep an eye on him, Ethan instructed, his tone laced with distrust. We need to maintain the store's image. The remark solidified Marcus's suspicions. He had come to witness the reality of his brand's customer service, and now he had. Ethan's bias and judgment weren't just disappointing, they were unacceptable. Marcus decided he had seen enough. This wasn't just a question of poor service. It was a breach of the values upon which his company was built. Anger simmered beneath his calm exterior as he left the store, knowing that this experience would prompt immediate action. The following morning, Ethan Grant received an unexpected summons to the corporate headquarters. The email described a mandatory meeting to discuss his store's performance and future goals. Confident as always, Ethan assumed it was an opportunity to showcase his success. He dressed sharply in a tailored suit, the faint scent of cologne completing his polished image, and arrived at the sleek glass building in downtown San Francisco. As he stepped into the executive conference room, he was greeted by an imposing figure seated at the head of the table, Marcus Taylor. Ethan froze for a moment, his polished confidence faltering. The face before him seemed familiar, yet he couldn't place it. Marcus sat calmly, dressed in a sharp blazer that contrasted starkly with the casual attire he had worn the previous day. Recognition began to dawn on Ethan's face as he pieced together the encounter from the store, his expression shifting from confusion to unease. "Take a seat, Ethan," Marcus said, his voice steady and authoritative. Ethan hesitated but complied, lowering himself into a chair across from Marcus. "I've called you here to address a serious issue regarding the way you run my store," Marcus continued. Ethan's eyes widened. "Your store," he repeated, his voice uncertain. "Yes," Marcus replied, his gaze unwavering. "I am the owner of the brand, and yesterday I visited your location as a regular customer." The color drained from Ethan's face as he realized the implications of Marcus's words. "Mr. Taylor, he began, but Marcus raised a hand to silence him. "I came to observe the customer experience firsthand," Marcus said. "What I saw was deeply troubling. You dismissed me based on my appearance, made assumptions about my financial standing, and treated me with condescension. This is not just a personal affront. It's a betrayal of the values this brand represents." Ethan shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "Mr. Taylor, I didn't know it was you. If I had—" "That's exactly the problem," Marcus interjected, his voice firm. "You shouldn't have to know someone's identity to treat them with respect. Every customer who walks into one of my stores deserves to feel valued, regardless of how they look or what they wear." Ethan attempted to defend himself. "I was just trying to maintain the exclusivity of the store. Our clientele expects a certain standard, and Marcus leaned forward, his tone sharp. "Exclusivity does not mean exclusion, Ethan. My brand is built on quality and respect, not prejudice. What I experienced yesterday reflects poorly on you as a manager and on the company as a whole." The weight of Marcus's words hung heavily in the room. Ethan stammered, "I can change, Mr. Taylor. I'll undergo training, improve my approach, whatever it takes." Marcus shook his head. "It's too late for that. Your behavior is not a one-time mistake. It's a pattern that undermines the integrity of this brand. Effective immediately, your franchise agreement is terminated." Ethan's face fell, his confidence shattered. He attempted to protest, but Marcus's decision was final. "You'll receive details about the termination process shortly," Marcus said as he stood, signaling the end of the meeting. As Ethan left the room, his footsteps heavy with defeat, Marcus felt a sense of resolution. The confrontation had been necessary, not just for the brand's reputation, but for every customer who deserved better. Marcus knew this was just the beginning. The next step would be ensuring the store's future aligned with the values he had fought to uphold. The culture of exclusion that Ethan represented would be replaced with one of inclusivity and respect, starting now. After terminating Ethan Grant's franchise agreement, Marcus Taylor wasted no time implementing changes to restore the store's integrity. He promoted Angela, the assistant manager, to interim store manager. Angela was known for her dedication and professionalism, and Marcus trusted her to lead the transition. Her first task was to introduce mandatory training programs for all staff, focusing on inclusivity, cultural awareness, and delivering exceptional customer service. Angela embraced her new role with determination, organizing workshops that emphasized the importance of treating every customer with dignity and respect, regardless of their appearance. She worked closely with the staff, creating an open environment where team members felt empowered to share concerns and suggestions. Over the next few weeks, the atmosphere at the store transformed. Customers were greeted warmly, and the staff became more confident in delivering a welcoming and inclusive experience. Weeks later, Marcus visited the store to see the progress firsthand. As he walked through the doors, he immediately noticed the change. The staff greeted him with genuine smiles. Customers of all backgrounds browsed freely, and the air of exclusivity no longer felt exclusionary. Angela approached Marcus, her confidence shining through as she shared updates on the store's performance. "The feedback from customers has been overwhelmingly positive," she said. "The team is more united than ever." Marcus smiled, feeling a sense of pride and satisfaction. The changes reflected the values he had built his brand on, luxury rooted in respect and inclusivity. He knew there was still work to be done across other locations, but this store had set a new standard. As he left, Marcus reflected on the journey and the lesson. True success is measured not just by profits, but by the ability to create spaces where everyone feels valued. The story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of respect, inclusivity, and fairness in all aspects of life, especially in customer interactions and leadership. It highlights that assumptions based on appearance can lead to missed opportunities and damaged relationships. In both personal and professional settings, treating everyone with dignity is not just an ethical choice, but also a practical one, fostering trust and loyalty. One key takeaway is the value of accountability. Marcus, as a leader, did not hesitate to address a toxic behavior that threatened the integrity of his brand. This teaches us the importance of standing up for our principles, even when it involves difficult decisions. It also underscores the need for self-awareness and continuous improvement, as seen in Angela's proactive efforts to create a more inclusive environment. In everyday life, this story encourages us to challenge our own biases and assumptions. We should strive to see beyond surface appearances and recognize the potential and worth of every individual, whether interacting with customers, colleagues, or strangers. Showing respect and kindness can lead to meaningful connections and mutual growth. Ultimately, the story reminds us that true success is rooted in integrity, and creating inclusive environments benefits everyone involved. Today's story isn't just about confronting injustice and prejudice, but also a lesson in standing firm to protect your values and self-respect. If you are in a similar situation, What would you do? Would you choose to face the issue head-on and strive to create a better environment? 1. Or stay silent and accept it to avoid confrontation. 2. Leave your comment with either 1 or 2 below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and stay tuned for more meaningful stories.